What's up, YouTube? It's me, Stars, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about college tips for high schoolers. So if you guys are interested in what I have to say and the tips that I'm going to be dropping for you guys, then let's get into this.
Look, shawty, I really miss you. Wish I can kiss you, hold you deep in my arms, baby, like I used to. Things haven't been the same, shawty, since you been gone. I hate to hold.
Quick disclaimer before we get into this video. I have my puppy in here with me, so if you hear some stuff or I might be going in and out, it's because of her. She gets into a lot of stuff that she ain't supposed to be getting into. But okay. Tip number one that I have for you guys is to start looking into colleges now. If you're not a senior or a junior, you can still look into college. You don't have to wait until you hit your junior year and then your senior year to be trying to figure out what college you want to go to. You can always start looking now and then do your research about those schools. Take advantage. Like I know in my school, we did a lot of college visits and stuff like that where you get to sign up and it was literally first come, first serve. And once the list was full, it was full. But we went to colleges that were close by. We never went to colleges that were like too far out. So like we did college trips to like Mizzou, Lincoln University in Jefferson City that's here. And then we also did UCM, UMKC, Rockhurst. We did schools that were closer in. But if your school provides that, then take advantage of those. A lot of the times the first half at my school, the first half was majority for juniors because you know your junior years when you start getting ready, you know, start looking at colleges and stuff like that, or they tell you to start looking at colleges your junior year and stuff like that. So they mainly did it for the juniors, but freshmen and sophomores were more than welcome to come if they wanted to. If not, they really didn't care too much about it. But take advantage of those. If your school does that, take advantage because that's the best way for you on the school expense to go look at a college. You know what I'm saying? It's a free ride. You know, you don't have to you know what I'm saying, pay for gas money. You don't have to set up a time frame and make sure you're there on time because the school is doing all that for you. So take advantage. I cannot stress enough, take advantage of that. Also, when you're looking into schools, find a school. This is another tip. Find a school that's geared for you. Don't go there because your parents went there. Don't go there because your best friends is going there. Don't go there, especially if you're dating somebody. Don't go there because your significant other is going there. Find a school that's geared for you. As far as like the cost, some kids only go to certain schools because of the cost is cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Or find the size. Size matters, okay? The bigger the school, the bigger the class, the bigger the campus. I chose a smaller school, and for me personally, I chose a smaller school because it's a smaller campus, and the student to teacher ratio was better. And that's what I like. I didn't like a big school. I didn't want a big campus. I didn't want to be put in a dorm that's 20 minutes away from the actual campus, and my school has a whole transit. Okay, I did a college campus tour of Mizzou, and right then and there, I had decided that I did not want to go to a big university at all whatsoever. They had their own transits, routes. Like I saw an actual bus, a metro bus going through there, but it was painted and stuff. It was from Mizzou. I heard that they have shuttle buses going out to the different dorms and stuff to take kids to and from the campus and stuff like that. And it was just overwhelming for me. So I chose a smaller school. Campus life on smaller schools and bigger schools are different. So fraternities and sororities is a part of campus life. Homecoming and stuff like that. It's different. And also factoring into your campus life is whether you go to an HBCU or what they call a PWI. HBCU is more geared for people of color. So it's the whole vibe of the campus is so much more different than going to a school that's not an HBCU. Also, when picking a school for you, the distance. How far is your school away from where you live? I went to school 3.5 hours away, versus some of my other classmates who went to school in California, New York, or chose different states to go to school. That was their choice. That was and that was mine. I wanted to stay closer home. Also, is that school good for your major? Okay, some schools are really good at certain majors. Okay, so like I used to want to be a lawyer, and I used to tell people like, oh, I want to be I want to go to school to be a lawyer. I don't know what type of lawyer, but I do want to go to school to be a lawyer. So a lot of people would tell me, oh, well, you should go to UMKC because they have a good law program. Okay, so some schools are well known for certain programs. So sometimes that factors in. Some kids want to go to a school that's good at what they have a good program at what they want to major at. So that also factors in. If you do not study now, you need to start. Like, as of right now, you need to study. I know quarantine is affecting some of you guys are just strictly online and stuff like that, or some of you guys may be back in school, and I know quarantine affects that, but you can still start learning how to study, developing study skills, because you need those when you go into college. You can't just go into college and not have no type of study skills. Some classes you may get away with not really having to study. Don't get me wrong. I've had a few classes where I really didn't have to study, so I didn't really care too much to study for. But that's not the same for every single class, okay? You can't do that. So exploring different ways to study and then finding that one that's perfect for you is essential. Also, study tools that you can use to better optimize your skills. Flashcards, them never go old. Flashcards, highlighting key information in books. It's all kind of apps and stuff out there that'll help you study. Also, my next tip, which is ask for help. High school is more supervised. The teacher is like, oh, okay, do do anybody need help? And just always just checking on you and your progress and how you feel about, the material that's given to you. Versus college, you go in there, and especially if it's an lecture class, then you go in there, they talk, they show you a bunch of slideshows with notes on it, or your teacher's just standing there talking to you the whole entire time. They're not going to ask you, are you getting what they're putting out? They're just going to go. They're going to continue to go, and that's that. You don't have nobody supervising your progress and what you're doing. So joining study groups is a good thing. You have tutors. You have academic advisors. There's so many resources that you can use in college that's what you need to take advantage of, especially when you're first starting out. Take advantage of all of those resources, because when you first start taking advantage of those resources, you will continue to do it all throughout the rest of your college experience, your whole 4 years or your 2 years if you're deciding to go to a community college. These tips also go for those of you guys who are choosing to do a community college. You don't have to graduate school and go straight into a 4-year. You can also stay to do a community college. That's your choice if you want to. But another thing is scheduling study time. Okay? If you're not doing that now in high school, start. Because once you start, you get into that notion of, okay, I gotta schedule certain times. Because when you get into college, it's recommended that you're supposed to study 2 to 3 hours per credit hour weekly. Okay? So say for instance, you got a class. Most classes are 3 credit hours, right? So that means that you're supposed to study 6 to 9 hours weekly for that one class. Say for instance, you are considered full time at 12 credit hours, right? But that's not to say you have four classes that are 12 apiece, because you have certain classes that vary in credit hours. But that's saying that that's a lot of studying time. I don't feel like doing the math right now, but I do it up here to show you. But if this ties back into studying, if you explore different studying ways to study, then you have an efficient way to study. So technically, there's no need to spend 6 to 9 hours on one class weekly. All right, do not be stand up all night long and stuff, and then living your life off of energy drinks. No, don't do that. Like, even when, like, I do online classes now, and I'm on the computer from the time I get off of work until a certain time where I had stopped so I can cook, and then I'm back on the computer. But I also give myself a time of when I'm like, okay, I need to be done by 10. And then if I'm not done, then guess what? Oh, well, I have to sleep. I can wake up in the morning and pick up where I left off. But you need to make sure you get adequate time to sleep. And also limit your naps. When I was in school, when I first went to college, I used to take naps. I ain't gonna lie. I used to take naps. It wasn't because I wasn't getting enough sleep, but it was because I was just like, college can be tiring, okay? From the time you wake up during the go, and then you get out of class, you know, it's okay to take a nap here and there. I had scheduled naps. So when I first get out of class, I'm asleep. I take a 2-hour nap. And then when I wake up, I'm studying. And then after that, after I'm studying and doing whatever assignments that I need to do, I go eat and go be with my friends. But sleep is key, because eventually you will crash. Energy drinks is not good for you. We all should know that by now. Do not live off of energy drinks at all. That is not healthy. If you do that now, stop it. That's nasty. It's nasty. Finding a study place is a good thing too, because if you find a good place that you're comfortable in and studying, that doesn't have a lot of distractions. Some people like to study in their room. Some people like to study in the library. You can study outside. I know in my school we had like a it kind of reminded me of like a Starbucks, where you can go get your coffees, you can get your little pastries and stuff like that. You can also study in there. I know around on campus there were like different types of like rooms where you can study at, that had like big old conference tables where you and a group of friends can go in and go study. I know in our library there was like different study rooms that you can go to and just shut the door and close yourself off from everybody and study. But find somewhere to study with the least amount of distractions. I did not study in my dorm because there was so many distractions. You got your roommate coming in and out, because I didn't have like one of those dorms where like I had like your rooms was like separated. I literally had like a regular dorm where you had your desk and your beds and stuff like that. So you got your roommates coming in and out. Then you hear the traffic of everybody coming in and out. And it's an easy way to get distracted. Another point is, do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. I cannot stress that enough. Procrastination was my best friend. I procrastinated all the time, and then wait till last minute, and then I'm trying to hurry up and do the assignment, or I'm trying to hurry up and study for the exam that I got in the morning. Take the advantage of the time that you have. Okay? Take advantage of it. Do not wait just because you have an assignment that's due in 2 weeks. Don't wait them whole 2 weeks, and then you're trying to do the assignment 2 days before it's due, or the day before it's due, because you didn't take the time out to actually do it. If you know it's an assignment that you can get done and the same day it was put out, if you can get it done the same day it's put out, go ahead and get it done so it's out the way. It's one less thing you have to worry about. Don't procrastinate, and then now you trying to rush, and then you get a bad grade on it. because you rushing, you didn't do it properly, and you're scrambling like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get it done. I do that a lot. I still to this day do this a lot. I take online classes and I still will procrastinate, okay? And I'm on the computer trying to rush to do everything and to get it done before it's due, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that, because if you procrastinate, you will be behind in everything, and then you don't get time to do anything because now you're rushing to get everything done. That goes into another point: being organized. Okay, organization is key, because if you don't keep yourself organized, guess what? You're all over the place, and now you're a hot mess. Okay, so planners, whiteboard calendars that you could put on your wall. I know a friend who puts sticky notes everywhere. She will sticky note the heck out of something. Apps on your phones to do reminders. Just something to keep you, on schedule, so that you can also put your scheduling your studying time, and then also scheduling like stuff to do later on in the week, and your assignments when they're due, and all of that stuff. If you put all that stuff out and you color coordinate it, you can know and you can keep yourself on a schedule, okay? Keep you organized, because you need it. Organization is also key. I hope these tips helped you out. It's kind of weird, and some of these tips I use myself. I'm sorry if this video came out kind of weird. I don't know. I have a hard time. Let me fix this. I have a hard time explaining certain things. So if you guys have any tips for college, or if I didn't explain anything well enough, please leave a comment down below. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I upload. Okay, click that playlist down below to watch my other videos. Because if you already on this vlogmas and you ain't seen the other ones, what are you doing? You're watching them out of order. So go ahead, double back, and watch my other videos. But I hope really this was any type of help. Sorry if it was kind of weird or anything. But I hope you guys like this. I hope this was some type of help to somebody. And I will see you guys in the next video.